How's it going, everybody? If you own a restaurant here in Michigan or are potentially looking at starting one and looking into your business insurance, then this video is for you. Today, I wanted to go over some of the factors that will impact the cost for your commercial insurance program, because you will have multiple coverages and multiple policies, and each one will be rated a little bit differently. Thank you for stopping by. My name is Brian. I'm an independent insurance agent based here in the state of Michigan, Metro Detroit specifically, and I work with businesses on their commercial insurance programs, as well as helping families and individuals with their personal insurance, their home, their auto insurance as well. My goal with this channel is to pass on a little bit of educational information to you so that you can make more informed decisions around your insurance, and then overall help answer any questions that you might have. So let's get into it. And before we get too far into the video, I do want to invite you to subscribe to the channel. And if you find this video helpful, useful, anything like that, please feel free to like, share, pass it along with anyone else as well. So first, to start, when it comes to insuring your restaurant, there really is no one size fits all policy or premium amount. There are going to be multiple coverages, multiple policies that every restaurant is going to need. And then the cost for each of these is going to be based on different factors, and the premium amount for each type of coverage is going to be calculated a little bit differently. So let's start with general liability insurance. This protects your business from things like if a third-party individual gets hurt on your business premises, or maybe if somebody gets hurt or somebody else's property gets damaged because of your business's operations. For nearly every business out there, this will be somewhat of a required coverage, because oftentimes whenever you have a business contract in place, whether it's a lease agreement with your landlord or maybe a contract that you have with a vendor or something like that, general liability insurance will almost always be a required coverage in those contracts. And for restaurants, the cost for this coverage is really going to be based on your annual revenue or sales. It can also be potentially impacted by your overall customer foot traffic if you're in maybe a busier area, a busier part of town. But for the most part, revenue is going to be the biggest driver of premium for this coverage. So a high volume, busy restaurant is going to carry more risk than, say, a small cafe with maybe just a few tables, and this will be reflected in the premium. And then next is property insurance. So if you own your building, this coverage will obviously come into play. But even if you lease space, you still will need some form of property insurance. You'll need coverage for your kitchen equipment, any furniture you have, and if you have made any upgrades to the space, such as, again, with maybe specialized equipment, maybe lighting, flooring, anything like that. This is what is called tenants, improvements, and betterments coverage. And it is your responsibility, not your landlord's, to make sure that this is insured on your policy. Now, as far as the cost goes, obviously the amount of coverage you need for your building and then your business personal property contents coverage is going to play a big factor. So things like the location of your building, what year it was built, the square footage, whether it has sprinklers or not. These are obviously going to be factors when it comes to determining your coverage amount and your premium, but also the type of cooking you do and the equipment you use also play a role. A restaurant with grills, deep fryers, open flames. These generally will be rated differently than maybe, say, a fast casual pizza place with just some ovens. And this is mainly because of the difference in the fire risk. And then if your restaurant does have higher end, more expensive equipment, or if you're maybe operating in a higher risk, higher crime rate area, this can impact your property insurance costs as well. Then there's workers' compensation insurance, and this covers your employees if they get injured while on the job. It'll cover things like medical expenses, lost wages, rehab services. And the cost for this coverage is going to be based on two things: your payroll and then the class codes for your workers. And workers' compensation is required here in the state of Michigan if you do have any employees. So you do want to make sure that you have this coverage in place. Again, not only just for compliance reasons, but also to protect your employees and protect your business. Some other coverages that I do want to mention: liquor liability insurance. If your business does serve alcohol, you are going to be required to carry liquor liability insurance. And the factors that go into determining the cost for this coverage are going to be things like the overall percentage of food sales versus alcohol sales, and then the overall type of business you have. A fine dining restaurant is going to be rated differently than, say, a sports bar, and also maybe things like your hours of operation. And then another coverage I do want to mention is business income coverage. And this helps your business replace lost income if you can't operate due to a covered claim, such as, say, something like a fire. And this coverage is going to be based on your business revenue. And now, with all these different coverages and different policies that I mentioned, your claims history will play a role in determining the premium for all of them. So if your restaurant does have a history of claims in the past, this can impact your premium because then you are seen as a higher risk to the insurance companies. But overall, as you can see, for each of these policies and coverages, there are different moving parts for each of them. Understanding how each of these coverages are rated can help you make smart decisions and help keep your costs in check, while also at the same time making sure you do have the proper coverage in place for your business. So thank you for watching, and if you are a restaurant looking for help with your commercial insurance, I would love the opportunity to work with you and see if our team can help. There are a lot of ways to get a hold of me, and they should all be in the description below. Please feel free to text, call, email, fill out a contact form, whatever is easiest. And if you have any other questions about insurance, please feel free to either reach out to me directly or leave them in the comments below. I would love to help answer those as well. So thank you again.